can we also differentiate the difference? Is it our heart that's speaking, or our hormones that are telling us that it's our heart speaking? So the difference between those two aspects is to understand the difference between the second center and the heart center, or the mind. A lot of times we get different feelings and sensations, and our heart might ignite. But is it really truly the heart that is igniting, or is it the hormonal state that is being activated and giving these endocrines, activates the endocrine system and gives these euphoric experience? And true love is really not the love that is part of a needing from someone else. True love is an experience that comes from within, and where you get to share it with someone else. And the only way we can really dive deep into that is um, when we really understand ourselves, really dive into the intimate aspect with ourselves. And when I mean that the intimate aspect is the aspect of releasing the stories, the trauma, the pain behind intimacy, because everything starts from the lower centers and builds up. So if we have hard times being intimate and honest and truthful to with ourselves, then how can we truly experience that with our divine self? As above, so below. So below represents your communication on openness with yourself, your honesty and acceptance of yourself, the way your body feels, the way your body looks. And all of those are aspects, part of acceptance of self love. It's not about how you're supposed to look based on what we see these days on the internet, but the way your body is designed is a divine geometrical structure that the soul is expressing itself in this reality. So, where does this come in with the aspect of love and the Venetian beings? Is that they have accepted themselves in all aspects, because they see all of that as a heart system that has been separated and created separate vibrations within the chakra systems. So today I was guided to do a meditation to unite the second center with the heart. Because a lot of times the second center has a mind of its own, it has belief systems of its own, and these belief systems do drive us, and we choose partners based off of that because we got an erection or we got aroused and we feel like, oh, this is the partner for me. Well, that is the partner that you might feel a chemical connection to, a hormonal connection. But is that the partner for you from your heart space or from your soul level? And how we come into these parts and unite ourselves, and truly to be truthful to yourself and say, wait a minute, this is actually a pleasure state. Pleasure and love is two different things. So we start to understand these dynamics as we go through life, through age and experiences. But the Venetian Council comes in and infuses the love in all those centers. And when it infuses the love into all those centers, you'll see everyone as love. But the choice you will make as a partner for yourself, for a partner for yourself, will come from the higher realms, where you feel the peacefulness in your nervous system, where you feel safe in the mind, where the mind does not rush and create a story of the future of how it's going to be. It actually is in the present moment. And that present moment opens up a doorway in the heart, where the mind sinks into the heart, and the heart guides the whole connection between two beings. And it sounds maybe like, oh, wow, but that's how the energy experiences itself. That is how energy dances. And by really opening up our nervous system, accepting ourselves in all those different aspects, we can come into a state where the mind will surrender, and the trauma based response from the lower chakra systems that has been experienced from our ancestors and the surrounding areas that you grew up in, and understanding that you have accepted from the physical reality, but not from the monad self. So we want to tap into that monadic aspect because that wisdom comes from the causal body. The causal body is the wisdom that connects us to all different dimensions and to different connections of different planets. So Venus represents the heart chakra. And when we tap into that planet Venus, it actually communicates through the moon. There's also the planet Rahu, which also is a representation and vibration of the moon. So these three planets um, work together in a sense to activate the right hemisphere of our brain. And the right hemisphere of our brain works with our heart, where the left hemisphere of the brain is connected to the second center and the first center. So we get aroused. That is the left side of the brain, right? It's the physical aspect. But what if you connect your arousal and let it be only aroused when the heart is aroused? Now your hormones are not guiding you. Now your heart is guiding the hormonal structure within the second and the first center. So the wiring and the operation of the centers can be shifted based on our intention. So if we shift our intention and say, my heart will guide my lower centers, not my lower centers will guide my heart and my mind. And because my mind is so excited, it means this is love. So I'd like to invite you guys into this space to working with the Venetian Council because they understand partnership is a dance in life and an experience that opens us up to a higher level of love, and the love within the mind, the heart within the mind, and the mind within the heart, where everything else rises up to the higher levels and starts to vibrate and communicate based on the frequency vibration of the higher mind's love. So this is how we're able to take ourselves into a higher level of the orgasm of the soul. And the orgasm of the soul, this is where the healing takes place of the body. So this is actually going to be part of the workshop that we're putting together right now, coming in the next few weeks.